Hello, my name is Hongshu Lee. Welcome to my portfolio presentation. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am an international student at University of Central Florida. Currently, I am majoring in digital media, focusing on the game design track. I will graduate in May 2022. I am passionate about game design. I have been on multiple school game projects. These games were built in different game engines, different forms, and different genres. I played flexible roles in those projects, such as a level designer, VFX designer, programmer, and producer. So I believe I have a good understanding of the game development process. I understand that game development relies on teamwork, so no matter what role I played in those projects, I always communicate with my teams. I am dedicated to offer new and fresh experience to the players. I always believe games are a form of art that is full of emotion and expression. So let's begin some of my past projects I worked on in the last few years. So the first game I wanted to present is Wins. Wins was a group project from the course Casual Game Production. The game is a 2.5D platformer built in Unreal 4. The story is about the journey of a mythical creature trying to restore its power. In this project, I participated in almost every part of the game development. I was the leading level designer and programmer, VFX designer, and producer. In terms of level design, I wanted the level in the order of increasing elevation. Each level was designed in a specific theme. For example, in the Flowerland level, all platforms were flowers. There were enemies like bees. I also designed a flower glider to enable the character to travel farther and descend slower. Um, in the sky level, all platforms were in the form of clouds. We got an enemy like a bird. The obstacles in the level included tornadoes and gust winds. I wanted to create a dreamy environment for players to explore. As the leading programmer, I completed the majority of the mechanics in the game, including the character movement, the enemy UI, the majority of obstacles in all levels, the menu, and the UI. I also completed all the VFX in the game, such as the flower paddle. Overall, I was fully in charge of the game development in this project. The second game is Camping Night. This is a fairly small project. We completed the game development in about 4 weeks. It's a light-hearted simulate game built in Unreal 4. The story is about a simple camping trip of a group of friends in the forest. The gameplay is about Alex, the playable character in game, learning different objectives of his friends and choosing one of them to help. Um, for example, Lucy wants to make a flower ring, so Alex would help to pick up flowers around the pond area. The major trick of the gameplay is to maintain the campfire. This is the campfire. Uh, while helping your friends, you have to refuel the campfire before it goes out. In this project, I was the system designer and the programmer. I designed and programmed the campfire timer, all the UI and menus. I also helped to fix a lot of the bugs in the game. So the third game is very interesting. This is an individual project. The game is a top-down scroller shooting game. Uh, At the same time, it is also a social commentary game regarding the COVID situation from 2020 to early 2021. The playable character is actually a hand sanitizer bottle. Um, you control the bottle to shoot hand sanitizer drops to eliminate the coronavirus. You have a mask. You have a mask uh, as a temporary shield to prevent the infection. And later in the game, uh, the vaccine will appear. Um, and is the ultimate move to swipe out all the virus on the screen. The two vertical bars on the right represent the infection rate and the HP. Once the infection rate reaches or above 50%, the HP will start slowly decreasing. There was also a timeline on the left as a timer for the whole game. If you survive after the timer runs out, you win. The game was built in Unity, and I completed the entire game by myself. So the last game I want to present is the Martian Slayer. This is a fairly early project. The game was a first-person shooter built in Unity. It was a small group. It was a small group project. I was one of the level designers and programmers in the project. I completed the layout of the level and built some of the mechanics, such as the enemy navigation, the teleport station, and the jump pads. So, apart from game development, I also enjoyed making the interactive fiction Atlas 45 Thousandths. Um, the name of the fiction is made of two parts. Atlas means hope in Greek mythology, and 45 Thousandths is the distance of the closest livable planet from Earth in the story. Um, the fiction's built in twine. The character is a spacecraft using a human brain as the central control. As a player, you can choose different options to learn the history of, to learn the past of human history before extinction. And at the end of the story, um, you will decide whether you want the character to identify herself as a human being or a type of new bio machine creature. And you can directly play the story on my portfolio website. So my other practices includes level design using free asset packs from Epic Store, uh, creating pixel arts from scratch, um, and game testing. So I hope by now you have a good understanding of my skill and experience. I really appreciate your time to go over my portfolio.